For those who have been following Gonzaga this season, the Zags look completely different than the team we saw in the beginning of the season, having many fans maybe thinking they could have missed out on the tournament. Sports Director Julian Minutone live in Salt Lake City. Julian, what about the Zags' performance today was so dominant?
Well, Sydney, I've been covering this team all year long. That was without a doubt their best performance of the season. I mean, offensively, they tore Kansas apart, shooting 60% from the floor, outscoring the Jayhawks by 22 points there in the second half. Defensively, they were locked down the stretch, and now that marks 9 straight Sweet 16s, the longest active streak in the nation. This one may be the sweetest yet.
Shows how the program is built, and yeah, I've been able to be part of 4 of them, and the streak continues.
Definitely something I envisioned, like when I committed here. It's just an honor to be a part of, man. It's something you dream of as a kid, and my dreams are coming true right now.
That's the fire that we be needing. You know, that's the fire that I feel like all the previous seasons we didn't have. You know, I feel like that's what we got now this season. You know, at the beginning of the season, we had little bumps and bruises and everything, but I honestly think. You know, we figured it out.
I think we solidified ourselves as one of the blue bloods. And, you know, that second half, we came out with so much energy and passion on defense. If we do that for the rest of the tournament, we're going to be very hard to beat.
And now this team is headed to Detroit for the Sweet 16 and potentially an Elite 8. Crazy to think that there was a time this season where Gonzaga was not even projected to make the NCAA tournament. They heard the noise and embraced the nobody believes in us role. Remember, this program was built on a Cinderella story. Given all the success, it's hard-pressed to call Gonzaga a Cinderella these days. But one thing's for sure, Sydney, that slipper still fits.
And Julian, that means the Zags, headed to the next round. There's a possibility of them for a rematch with one-seeded Purdue, who the Zags saw earlier this season. Is this a game that Gonzaga should be worried about?
Well, you have to remember that game was all the way back in November, and the Zags actually led at halftime of that game. Gonzaga's a completely different team right now. They are clicking on all cylinders offensively and defensively. And Graham Ike, the big man in the middle, their best player, has been battle-tested this season. He's already gone up against Zach Edey. He's gone up against Donovan Clingan in UConn, and he's gone up against Hunter Dickinson and held his own tonight. I know for a fact that not only Ike, but the rest of the Zags would love another chance at top-seeded Purdue, and potentially a chance to go to the Elite 8. And who knows, a Final Four may be in this team's future, because if they played like they did tonight, not many teams across the country are beating them.